Hi and welcome to another Beaumont vlog. Today we're going to talk about my favourite thing, which is booking a Disney holiday. So the questions I'm going to try and cover today is who should go to Disney, when you should go and where you should stay. I will be doing other videos in the series covering things like the dining options and the fast passes and things like that. But first things first, right, we need to be getting to Disney. So I'm filming this at a time of uncertainty. COVID is still rampant in Florida and I'm not going anytime soon. Things have significantly changed. I'm going to briefly run over those changes at the end of this video, but I'm going to assume for now that things will at some point get back to a reasonable normal, which makes Florida worth visiting. So the first question is, who should go to Disney? Who shouldn't go to Disney? Anyone should go to Disney. The young, the old, the single. You should go as a couple, you should go as a family, everyone should go to Disney. There's your answer. Disney is not just for Disney lovers. I mean, Florida is an amazing place and there's lots of things to see, but even if you're not a Disney lover and you stay in the Disney parks, you will become a Disney lover. There's so many different ways to enjoy Disney. I've got friends with little girls, I've got two little boys, as you know, and our experiences are completely different, and there'll be other people, couples that go and have a completely different experience to us. People with very small children have a completely different experience to us. The one thing we all have in common, we all have an excellent time, and it's our favourite place in the world. So, next question is, where do you stay? So we have stayed off-site and we have also stayed on-site. Since we've stayed on-site, we really wouldn't want to do it any other way. I mean, for one thing, you get this on your TV in the hotel as soon as you check in, and then you know you're home. But it is more expensive. It's really good. It's a really good deal if you can get a free dine-in, but even then, there's a cost. Nothing is truly free, is it? But it's a unique holiday. If you can get the free dine-in, it's certainly a good value package. So the options: staying off-site. You can stay in a villa. I've never done this. I've got friends who have. I've not done it. Not saying I wouldn't do it, but I've not done it to date. Particularly good, I think, if you've got a large group of people and you're taking a car and everybody wants to do different things, then villa is the way to go. The next option is potentially a hotel in International Drive. Now, International Drive's got lots of different things around. You can walk around a lot. You probably still need access to a car to visit the theme parks. A lot of hotels do free shuttles. My parents love International Drive. It's their favourite place. It's just not for me. I can shop here. I'm not a shopper. I do a little bit of shopping, maybe one day of the trip, but yeah, I'm not somebody who enjoys shopping. I go for the theme parks. So where else can you stay? We stayed off-site in a place called Lake Buena Vista Resort and Spa. The rooms were huge. I went with my extended family, so my parents came as well, so there were 6 of us. Massive room. We all had our own areas. We had a nice lounge to sit in. We had a nice little balcony. So I would really recommend that location. They had the buses to the theme parks. We did have a car. But we were so close to the water parks, we didn't use the hotel pool at all. It was easier to drive to Typhoon Lagoon and spend the day there, and why wouldn't you? So Lake Buena Vista Resort and Spa is my recommendation for off-site. Additionally, on-site you have 3 options: value resorts, moderate resorts and deluxe. We've stayed at the moderate resorts. We would like to stay at every single Disney resort at some point, so nothing is off the cards. I think there's 22 hotels altogether. So the value resorts do tend to offer better value for money, more basic accommodation, but you have still got the Disney buses, the Magical Express, which will take you from the airport, and obviously all your transportation. Art of Animation is probably the best value resort at the minute. It is more expensive, but it's got the Skyliner, so you've got another alternative to bus transportation, the only value resort to offer that. And it has really cool theming, but they all do. They've fabulous theming. Art of Animation is probably one of the better ones, especially for younger children, very colourful. You've got the Nemo area, Cars area, and yeah, all the rooms are really themed as well. So I certainly wouldn't rule out a value resort, and that would probably be my go-to. So obviously the fact that I want to try them all means I would, there's no such thing as a bad Disney hotel, right? Let's just get that out there. Next is moderates. So the moderates are where I currently am staying. I'm considering going up to deluxe with my DVC membership. But my favourite moderate is the French Quarter. I like places that are not too peoply, and French Quarter is the smallest. It has one little bus stop. It's just a fantastic place to chill, and it feels like a world away from the theme parks when you get it. There's a little boat that takes you down to Disney Springs, which is a fantastic day in itself. And I just love the smallness of the resort, less chance of losing children. And I've done that before, it's not fun. So, but not Disney. French Quarter, amazing. It's a sister part of Riverside, so the whole resort is called Port Orleans. You've got Port Orleans, Riverside and French Quarter. French Quarter tends to be a tad more expensive, and there's less often, I should say. There's less often a good deal to be had. But we've always gone when we've got the free dining package, so winner winner chicken dinner. You've also got Coronado Springs, which is where we were going to stay this time, had we gone, purely because we were trying to save money, and French Quarter had priced us out. Because we had a lot of housework done last year, so we tried to do it on the cheap. Coronado Springs was the cheapest one. You've also got Caribbean Beach, good deal at the minute because you've got access to the Skyliner, and it's a nice alternative to bus. I think that is the only moderate that has anything other than bus transportation to the parks. Then you've got Deluxe, which is where we would like to stay next time. So they've generally got much better dining options, balconies, my favourite thing, which is why I really want to go to Deluxe, because I miss a balcony when I'm at Disney. So they've got balconies, they've got little kitchens, and they're just generally much nicer places to stay. And you've got Animal Kingdom Lodge, which is lovely for the savannas and stuff, but you are quite far away from the parks, and you're totally dependent on buses. And they are good, they're like every 20 minutes most of the time. But yeah, buses is probably the least favoured transportation in Disney. So if you're really lucky, you'll be able to afford to go to Bay Lake Towers or the Contemporary Resort at Magic Kingdom, and then you're a monorail and a walk away from Magic Kingdom, and I think connected to Epcot. Yeah, if you stay down by Crescent View, you've got Boardwalk and the Yacht Club and the Beach Club. The Beach Club and Yacht Club share a swimming pool, and they've got a fantastic swimming pool with a lazy river, sandy floor, epic if that's what you like, and you're right next to Epcot. So that's fabulous, walking distance in fact, and walking distance to Hollywood Studios, and then catch a bus to Magic Kingdom and Animal Kingdom. You've got Old Key West, which again is bus transportation only. That's probably the only thing that lets it down, but I've been told that's a fantastic resort and one I'd like to visit. Saratoga Springs is also walking distance from Disney Springs and has some fantastic treehouse villas to stay in. Very expensive, mind. The perks of staying on site pre-COVID were that you could book your dining 180 days in advance. Well, I think anyone can actually do that, but you're on site, so you're more likely to use Disney dining. You're likely to have the dining package, and if it's free, even better. And you can book your dining on site at 180 days. You've also got the bus transportation that takes you everywhere. All the park transportation is included in the price, including the Magical Express from the airport and the Tragical Express that takes you all the way back. Additionally, you can book your fast passes 60 days out. This is probably my favourite perk, and it's not there at the minute. So one of the reasons maybe I wouldn't want to go to Disney and stay in a resort is if I couldn't get the 60-day fast pass, because you may as well save some money and book elsewhere. So the next thing I'm going to cover is when to go. I mean, everybody has different situations, so you could be a school teacher. If you're a school teacher or somebody that needs to go during school term times, a little bit unlucky, it's going to be busy. Easter time is generally a very busy time to go, but it's popular, probably the best weather, but it's busy. So I would recommend, if you are going Easter time, definitely need to stay on site to get those perks. The other alternative is the summer holidays. I believe the last 2 weeks in August are the best time to go for queue times and how busy the parks are, but you are encroaching on hurricane season as well, which can be good and bad, because if a hurricane blows over, you might not have a park day, but then the parks are generally quiet following that for a few days. The American schools go back mid-August, so the last 2 weeks of August are a really good time to go to avoid the queues. But it's hot, and that's why we've kind of don't usually go then. We generally go May half term or October half term, and we take the boys out of school for a week to give us 2 weeks away, and you know, we live with ourselves, so that's up to you. The other option you've got is Christmas time. Christmas is the busiest time at Walt Disney World and the only time you're likely to get a theme park sellout day. Like, they will close the gates due to capacity. This has happened quite a few times. Generally it doesn't happen for people on resort. There's categories of closure, and I don't think that they've actually ever closed them to resort guests. I don't think they've ever reached that limit. So I would definitely, if I was going at Christmas time, I would definitely be staying on site and enjoying that whole, the resorts at Christmas time are fantastic. And I just think, yeah, I would probably go at Christmas time, despite the fact that it's like London at Christmas time, probably worse, you can't move. I just think as long as you go in with your eyes open and you know that you're going to be in massive crowds, then I'd go. And of course, when I do go at Christmas time with the family, it won't be our first time. So we know what we're heading for. We've done a lot of it before. We're just going to be there for the experience, the atmosphere, and for Christmas. So if you're not stuck to school times, you can go any time of year. Well, the weather's the best thing to go for. So I would be going any time between March and May is really nice weather-wise and not too hot and sticky. And then again, you've got between October, November, but beginning of December, it does start to get busy again. So weather-wise, they're really good times to go. August is generally, and September can be very stormy and lots of hurricanes, and you never know what you're going to get. Sometimes they can be mild, sometimes they can be mega, and we even heard about them on the news over here. So that's things to think about. Cute generally at Disney World, other than right now due to COVID, there's never a quiet time anymore. There used to be quiet times in February. I've heard that's ancient history. They tend to do sporting events like marathons and races and things, and then you've got Memorial Day and President's Day and all these random days that America celebrates, and everyone tends to go to Disney World primarily because it's the best place on earth. You've also got festivals. So Epcot has festivals all the time. You've got the Festival of the Arts early in the year, February time I believe. Then you've got Flower and Festival. Our favourite festival is in May, don't bark. And then we have the Food and Wine Festival in October, November, and then you've got the Christmas one. I can't remember what that's called, but yeah, there's one at the end of the year as well, I'm sure. So Epcot's generally busy during all those periods, and I think you're quite lucky if you go to Epcot without a festival. It's not something I've managed to do yet, because they literally finish one and start another, but they are amazing and they're good to see, and if you like eating, you know, you're on to a winner. So they also, like I said before, they have one-offs where they would be quiet at times, but there'll be a random bank holiday weekend or something similar like in America, and so your quietness in the park is gone again. So you've decided when to go, when not to go. You know where you're going to stay if you're going to stay on or off site. And so flying there from the UK, because that's probably the only way to go unless you're a really good swimmer. But generally flights is how we get to Disney World, and up till now they've been at Gatwick Airport, but I believe that they're going to be going from Heathrow fairly soon. Allow £500 a person pre-COVID roughly. You can go direct, you can go indirect and save some, but I've never found that it's saved me much money, so I've always gone direct from Gatwick. But I'm looking forward to being able to fly from Heathrow if that is the case going forward. So tickets generally come with your packages as well. I'm going to talk a load more about these things in another video. So if you've got any comments or questions so far, please put them in the comments below, and I will get through them and make sure I include them in the next video. So I'll do this in 2 weeks' time, and next week will be a normal Beaumont vlog. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope I've inspired you to think about Disney. But again, if you've got any questions, let me know. What's that? I almost forgot the impact of COVID. I said I was going to mention it here and I almost forgot. So we are going away today as a family to get out of the house. I've been a little bit glum and I haven't found the mojo to move. So I've spent 2 days pretty much on the sofa. Today that endeth and I'm going out. We're off to Tenby for some glorious couple of days, and I don't care what the weather's doing. But before I go, let's finish this, right? Yeah. So COVID. What changes has it made at the parks? Apart from the fact that we can't actually get there at the moment, I don't think there's any flights, and if there are, well, I can't find any, and I certainly haven't looked. You'll have to quarantine for 2 weeks when you get to the USA. You'll have to quarantine for 2 more weeks when you get back. And whilst 6 weeks of quarantining might sound idyllic to some, especially when you've got 2 weeks of that in the middle, it sounds like a dream. But it's probably not for many people. And to be fair, if I could fly there, I'd probably consider it, but I can't. So the impact number 1 of COVID. Impact number 2 of COVID is the fact that you can no longer park hop between the parks. You have to reserve your park ticket in advance. If people have booked between now and September next year, they get their park tickets, but additionally you have to actually book per day your park, which means you can't park hop from one to the other. That's something that me and my boys, we live for. The park hop. I mean, we like the 4 park per day challenge. We like to go to Typhoon Lagoon and Epcot, and we have a morning one park, an afternoon another, and sometimes we just bump, park hop the whole day away. So that is quite a blow for us. We like visiting different parks. Typhoon Lagoon is shut. Blizzard Beach is shut. So we've lost the water parks as well. No water parks, no park hopping. And then a big blow for many people is that the Fast Pass Plus is gone. You can no longer book Fast Pass, which is astonishing because that's one of the main reasons why people pay extra to stay on site. So if you're not getting that, not sure it's worth it. So let's hope they bring back the Fast Pass Plus selection. There are rumours that it may not be returning for a long time yet, but let's hope so. To this point, they've advertised that it's not coming back anytime before September 21, but that's not to say that it won't. The 50th anniversary is next year, so a lot of the changes that it says may occur are after that date. 3rd or 4th. How many impacts have I done? Anyway, another impact of COVID is the dining plan. Not only the free dining plan, but the dining plan in its entirety is gone. There are not enough restaurants in the park to justify its use, so they've just taken it away. People have paid for it and had it removed. So if you're going to Disney these days, you're limited with your food options, and you're basically going to be cooking at resort, which is just as well because most of the resorts are actually closed, some of them till September 21, including our favourite French Quarter. But if you have got a reservation at a hotel, it's likely that it'll be bumped up to a DVC resort. They have their little kitchens and you'll be doing a lot more cooking in the room. Yeah, we love the dining plan as well. We've only ever had it for free. Not sure we'd pay for it, but then if it was never given for free, I think I'd have to cave and just bite the bullet and pay for it because we just love it. It's like you've paid for everything up front. Yeah, it's cost a fortune, but you've spent it. And once you get to Disney, if you didn't want to spend another penny, that would be totally fine. Generally, we get gift cards and we buy presents for the kids and stuff, but literally, you don't need to spend a dime. I would also, I'm going to leave it there. I've got some other tips to share with you, like other resorts I've stayed at, such as Universal Studios, which is, yeah, something else entirely, and I'm getting way late. So I think I've covered everything. We've covered non-fast passes, hardly any resorts open, no park hopping, massive bummer, and the actual fact that we can't get there at the moment. So fingers crossed that soon we will see some changes. But that's it, and catch you on the next one. Bye.